What's good? It's your boy DJ Cisco back once again. It's the hip hop and R&B show. Tonight we have a great artist, and his name is JDIGGS. Big shout out to everybody out there in Radio Land at www.thedjcisco radio show. Big shout out to everybody out there in Video Land at DJC Radio Global on Facebook and our YouTube page at the DJ Cisco Radio Network LLC. Yes, we have Jay Diggs on tonight. Gonna chop it up with him. His music is dope. He's from Texas. Music is dope as hell. Big shout out to my man Dale Boyd. This week has been very, very trying mentally, man. We need some prayer warriors for the Coleman family. For those of you that don't know, I'm Cisco Coleman. Yes, please, positive vibes. Send them to us. We need them. This show is brought to you by Bright Smiles by Toya. If you're in the NYC area, the tri-state area, NYC, Connecticut, Jersey, or the surrounding areas, book your teeth whitening session with a trained professional. And her name is Toya. So it's Bright Smiles by Toya. You could do a private session or a party session, and she comes to you guys. Hit her up, 646-582-0901. Instagram at Bright Smiles _ by Toya. Email Bright Smiles by Toya. And that is one of the sponsors for tonight. I will let you guys know the other sponsor in a second. All right, so let's take this off. Let's bring in my main man, my mellow, and he goes by the name of JDIGGS. JDIGGS, welcome to DJC Radio Global. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you for having me.
No problem, brother. Thank you for gracing the platform of DJC Radio Global. We love independent artists. We've been doing this for decades, and we will not stop until you guys are all heard. Tell us briefly about yourself.
So I've been rapping officially, I guess I would say, for 11 years. It actually started with me like just getting drunk at house parties in high school and freestyling and stuff like that in the groups. Like whenever people, you know how people get at parties, the music's playing, the alcohol's flowing, everybody thinks they're a rapper. So that's kind of how it started for me. When I got out of high school, I started doing club promoting, and I met a guy who was a rapper, freestyle, and he knew. I don't know if a lot of y'all are familiar with some of the Texas rappers, but there was a dude by the name of Trey D. He had a song called "Gutter Chick," and he was this dude Sam was friends with him, so he took me to my first studio session.
Nice.
And I really went to go check it out to see what it was about, and then we got there, and he was like, "Why don't you get in there and spit something?" I was like, "Well, I don't write raps or nothing like that. I get drunk and freestyle." He was like, "Well, go drink a beer or something, and then come back and spit something." So I did, and I kind of liked the vibe of being in the studio, so I started rolling with that. Sadly, about 6-7 months after that studio session, he actually passed away at that same studio.
Oh.
It wasn't no like violent crime or nothing like that. Like literally, I wasn't there that night, but what one of my buddies told me is like he walked into the booth and he liked to record with the lights off, and he would just have his phone. They said he walked in there, cut the lights off, and just dropped, and it was over from there. So I kept it going just for his sake because he had encouraged me to do it when nobody else would take me serious. He did, so I was like, I'm gonna keep it moving. And then just one thing led to another. I started doing like small shows at bars and stuff like that. And then it got to the point to where like I've done shows in front of one person. I've done shows in front of a couple thousand people. So I've ran the whole gambit, but music has always been in my family. Like my dad was in a gospel singing group. My aunt is really great friends with a lot of well-known gospel singers. My aunt's best friend, I call him my uncle. Essentially, he's got a gospel like choir and everything. They put out albums and things like that. So obviously, I didn't follow in their footsteps and do gospel, but I am doing music. They all support me in that. I actually have some stuff that I'm working on behind the scenes. That's kind of like a crossover type thing. I'm not going full gospel, and I'm obviously not going to use a gospel choir to go full hip hop. But I want to walk the balance of that, kind of like with on some Chance the Rapper type stuff or whatever.
Yes, yes. All right. So now,
But yeah,
since you just told us about your background and everything, how did your family receive you when you did secular music?
secular music.
Did they like?
Um,
Did you okay? Did they put up some resistance or?
No, there was no resistance. My dad has always been real supportive of what
Nice.
I do or whatever I do because he said any gift that you get is a gift of God, whether you use it to uplift his name or not. Obviously, there was a little bit of a, I mean, if you use the gift that God gave you to for God, you're gonna see the success that God wants you to have. But it was hard for me to make that transition. I did do a gospel song. He requested that I do one, and I did one for a youth revival, like back in 2010 or 11. And the funny thing is that is actually one of my, if not my highest streamed song on SoundCloud. Like I never put it out officially; it was just on SoundCloud, and
Yes.
that song gets continuous plays. I do not post my
Yeah.
SoundCloud at all because I have a real website, but that song, I'm always getting notifications. So and so liked this song. So and so shared this song, and I'm just like I've never promoted that song, but I mean, it gospel like religious music is gonna kind of ride its own wave anyway.
Yeah.
So, but no, like my dad's a pastor, my aunt is a minister. Like all of them have been to my shows. They show up, they watch me perform, they tell me I did great, and they leave.
All right.
So
So,
like they don't they don't stay through the whole thing, but they gonna support me in it.
all right. So we have a gospel artist in the chat room right now, and I want you guys to please share.
Okay.
Everybody that's tuned in, share, share, share. That's how we get more views. His name is Virgil Pinkney, Mr. Pinkney, and he is definitely digging what you're talking about. Let's get back to Sammy Garcia. His name is Sammy Garcia, right?
Yeah, Sammy G.
Rest in peace, Sammy G. I, at like at least he went out doing something that he loved.
Yeah.
That is a crazy story, but at least he went out doing something that he loved. Now, you said he
Yeah.
saw you at a house party, or he didn't know that you would rap when you're, feeling a little bit loose after a few drinks. Did he see you there?
He
Or
so
okay,
he didn't see me at a house party. By the time I met him, I was actually doing club promoting out in Dallas.
got you.
And like my buddy Ali got me into doing club promoting. And then that's where I met Sam because somebody had recruited Sam and his homeboy to come do club promoting. And then when he told me he was a rapper, because there was a DJ within the promoters, I heard him talking to the DJ, talking about, hey, I got some songs I want you to push. And the DJ's like, well, yeah, I'm going to play it because you're one of us, but whatever. So I
Yeah,
checked it out because I was in the rap music or whatever. And it was kind of dope.
nice.
And I was like, that's what's up. And he had some songs lined up with some
Yeah,
bigger and more known artists around DFW. So I was like, oh, okay, so this dude's really doing it. Like I
yes,
never heard of him, but I've heard of the people he's working with. So he must be doing something official. And then we started hanging out outside of the club promoting. And that's when one time he was finally like, hey, bro, come to the studio with me. I was
okay,
like, yeah, I want to go to the studio. I never been in an actual recording
yes,
studio and stuff like
yeah,
that. Like I had been like outside of one, like whenever my dad was in the gospel group and they went to the studio to pick up the box of CDs and stuff like that. Like I saw a studio, but I never got to be in one.
got
And
you.
then I got to go to that session and it was dope.
I got you, man. That is a crazy story. So, I'm gonna speak to you behind the scenes about that story because I'm
Yeah.
a person that like to know more about situations like that. I'm just kind of weird like that. But anyway, for those of you
That's
that
fine.
just tuned in, we have JDIGGS on DJC Radio Global, the hip hop and R&B show, Wednesday, Thursdays, and Saturdays. And we won't stop. Big shout out to my girl, Lady Miz, on the check-in. Don't forget to check out her show, From the Ground Up, every Monday at 7 p.m. Man, I have some spicy chips and they are kicking my butt right now. So I'm gonna put this up real quick and I'm going to solo this. Mute my mic. All right, I am back. Woo. Okay, I feel better now. All right, so let's hide that. Get back to my man JDIGGS. How you get the name JDIGGS, homie?
So JDIGGS is actually my legal name. Like the
What?
whole name is Patrick J Diggs.
What?
So I just took
Hey,
but before I was JDIGGS, I did go by the name of Young Famous. It was too obvious of a rapper name, and like I did do music for a couple of years under that name, but nothing really came of it. And when I switched over to JDIGGS, my style, whether consciously or subconsciously, changed as well. I started putting more effort into what I was saying
Yeah.
than relying solely on the production. So like people were like, "Oh man, like you switched and started using your real name. You started rapping about some real stuff." And I was like, "Not
Yes.
really, but I mean, I guess if you want to put that together, that's cool." And then I added the Prodigy to the end of it because it was just kind of like a nickname that somebody gave me. They're just like, "Bro, like you haven't been doing music well, but you've caught up to so many other people who were maybe doing it before you
Yeah.
locally. So like you're like a prodigy in this." So I was like, all right, cool. I'll be JDIGGS the Prodigy.
Now,
And I always try to stress as time has gone on, I try to stress to people, it's like, yo, it's the whole thing. Like Soldier Boy's name was Soldier Boy Tell Him, but people
oh,
just call him Soldier Boy because nobody remembers to say the whole thing. So
yes,
I just like JDIGGS is easy to remember. It's my legal name, so nobody can come at me after it. But people have
exactly.
tried because
So your family set you up for greatness with a legal stage name.
pretty much.
You know what I mean? So, shit. Now you said that you used to get drunk or have a few drinks and loosen up, not necessarily drunk, and then start rapping. How did you make that
Yeah.
transformation from freestyling to actually writing down lyrics? Like, what was the process for you?
So that was something else that Sam helped me with. Is he told me he was like, I mean, there are some people who can freestyle everything,
Yes.
and then there are some people who don't need to. And he was like, I personally don't freestyle everything. You can get your thoughts out better when you write them down. So I just sat down and started trying to write them out. Like he had to teach me how to count bars. He
Yes.
had to teach me how to like follow a beat and know and like be able to listen for the transition between hook and verse and if there's a
Yes.
bridge or whatever the case may be. So like he put me up on a lot of game and how to actually sit down and be an artist
That's
versus
what's
just
up.
being the dude who pays 40 to 50, $60 an hour to go in there, say some stuff on the mic and hope the engineer can make it sound good.
That's what's up. Oh man, big shouts to Garcia. Rest in peace. For those of you that didn't hear the beginning of this interview, Sammy Garcia is the first person that brought Jay Diggs to a studio, and they said one night at the studio, Jay Diggs used to like to record with the light off, so he went in the booth and he had his phone on with the lyrics, I assume, and he just dropped dead and transitioned. That must have been
Yeah.
crazy, uh, traumatic for you to witness.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's crazy. But like I said, we're gonna talk about that later. Lady Miss said, "I used to freestyle. Now I can't do it. It's crazy, Lady Miss. Do you know why? Because you're a millionaire now. People, you know, but listen, freestyling comes from the struggle or something that you're like, something that you're into and you're doing. When I was in the hood, my freestyle was fluent. I was rapping about everything
Yep.
around me. Like I could. Now I see what she's saying. Like I can, hey Gloria, welcome to the show. Welcome. I love Gloria Stewart. Welcome to the show. Thank you so much for tuning in. Um, I can freestyle my ass off after some medicinal, you know, if I have some medicinal. However, it's not talking about the same things I used to talk about on the corner of Sutphin Boulevard amongst 15 other MCs. I used to take out known rappers from my freestyle just from my surroundings. So I definitely feel what you're saying. So when you so I tell people if you are a good freestyler, free freestyle, write it down and then put it into song version. Like,
Yep.
do some verses, a chorus, hook, whatever you have to do. You can still freestyle, but just record it and write it down. Um, they claim Jay-Z have that talent where he can freestyle and not write it down and remember. I don't believe it. I'm sorry. I just don't believe
I
that.
mean, with the amount of times you probably tell your engineer to play it back, you're gonna memorize it by the time you get done with it. When he goes back to layer vocals, if he was doing
Yeah.
that, doing ad libs and stuff like that, he might have had it memorized by the time the session was over. But I wouldn't say he's memorizing that in real time.
I just can't believe it. Like I would have to witness that on my own because I don't believe it.
Yeah.
Anyway, we have Jay Diggs on. Jay Diggs is out of Texas. He's a dope ass artist. Now, listening to your music, it sounds like it's to a band. Is it a band or do you have a band?
Um,
Fine music on.
I don't I don't officially have a band. I am working on getting a band ensemble or whatever you want to call it together for some live performances because that's something that I've wanted to bring to my stage show is
Yes,
live instrumentation. So I try to look for production that even though it wasn't necessarily produced with real instruments
yes.
could be redone and stuff by actual instruments. So I
Got
try
you.
not to do too many random synthesizers and things like that. Like I need you to stick to the bass, the lead, the drums, the keyboard, stuff that can be played on the stage. And
Yeah,
if I got to have the DJ come in and with the track outs fill in the other random instruments, that's cool. But I
yes,
want to minimize how much stuff just sounds computer.
yes, yes. Now I'm gonna tell you, one of my biggest pet peeves is when I go to a show. One, don't care if there's a band or a DJ behind or a MP3 playing instrumental. If the artists don't perform it how the record sounds, I have an issue with that. And if they switch it up, it better sound spectacular. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
switch up the, you know what I mean? I want I I want to go there and experience what I fell in love with, which was
Yep.
the record I heard. So I hate when I go to concerts and they got 15,000 people on stage and everybody screaming in the mic. You know, I want to hear the damn song as it is. When you do your shows, do you have a show mix or do you rap over your lyrics? Oh, this is a
I have a
crucial
show
question.
mix.
Ah,
And I
oh,
actually make my show mix. I make my own show mixes. I'm not gonna make it seem like I've never performed over my lyrics because back when I
yes,
started, it was something that I did. As I got into doing more and more shows, it was recommended that I try it without the lyrics, and I was like, all right, cool, I can try that. I would just leave. I still do. I leave the hook and I leave the ad libs, but everything else is me because I
exactly,
do live. I still sound like what I sound like in the studio.
exactly,
So and if I screw up, I can. It's not as obvious because you're not hearing back vocals saying something opposite of what I'm saying. I can catch myself. I can keep it moving. I can fill
yeah,
in something. But I know my music so well because I write it to where I've done shows where I'll give the DJ a flash drive. It'll
yes,
have a folder of my show tracks on there, and I'll be like, play them in whatever order you want.
nice. So you know where to pick up, you know where to come in, all that.
Exactly. Like I don't care. I don't care what order you play them in. The only like now when I do that, I tell them you play these six songs in whatever order you want, but this last one has to be last, and I just let them do that. And
Got
I've had DJs just be like, "Yo, I've never had an artist come up here and let me do it the way I want to do it." I was like, I
exactly.
mean,
That's
unless you completely stop playing the music, you're not going to screw me up. And I've been in some situations where the music stopped and I kept going. If the mic is on, I'm gonna keep
yeah.
going.
You know, keep going, or you know how to engage the crowd. And big shout to
Yep.
Sammy Garcia once again for teaching you that. I'm so happy that you had that great teacher before he passed. Um, Nowadays, the thing is this: the crowds nowadays don't care.
Yeah.
However, because they're younger, they don't really know any better about sound or whatever. I'm just keeping it real. Like back in the days, if you showed up to a party with two monitors and no bass bottoms, you would get booed out the place. Now you could
Hmm.
do a banquet hall with two tops and people are dancing all night like they're having a great time. Back in
Yep.
my days, you could not do that. Like you had to have some damn bass, or you would get laughed out or punked out. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
um, even though these kids and these younger people nowadays do not mind you rapping over your lyrics, they will remember you more if you don't and you provide a real show.
Yep. Yep.
Because yeah, some of these artists are so into themselves where I forgot who it was. There was a concert recently where the entire crowd knew this artist, all their catalog. So instead of him actually performing, he turned the mic out to the audience. and the audience was singing all his songs. Now, some people enjoyed it, but others was like, "Yo, I didn't pay for this. I paid to see
right? I
this
didn't.
perform."
Yeah, why you gonna spend hundreds of dollars to go do what you could be doing for free in the car? If I want to sing along to your music, I want to sing along because you singing it. But if you
Yeah,
not gonna sing it, I'm gonna go
exactly,
sit in the car and do this for free.
exactly, exactly. So I'm so happy. Big shouts to Lady Mitch for bringing up what I was going to bring up. I'm so happy. Did you see the verses with the Locks and Dipset?
Yes, when
Okay,
Jada came out, and
I'm
it,
getting
it was so
goosebumps.
much
Oh,
it was so much debate on my Facebook timeline about this. Like
how
it
what?
was people just like, man, only the old heads care about rapping over lyrics. All the celebrities do it, so why does it matter? It's like because these people have millions of people who gonna sing their stuff for them regardless. You
Exactly.
might have 5 to 15 people that's gonna sing your stuff, so you don't really need to be out here trying to do what these celebrities are doing because you're not doing what they're doing.
Brother, you just said it, and you get a round of applause for that. These indie artists kill me how they think they are on the same level as a freaking major artist. You are not. And until you get to that uh, statue in your career, you need to perform your raw vocals over a show mix because you ain't
Yep.
nobody. No, listen, people want to see what you can do. You got to put in work. You ain't no Beyonce. You ain't no Jay-Z. So don't be comparing yourself. And the old heads are right. You guys sound, you, obviously, I ain't talking about you, but you guys sound horrible performing over your vocals. You guys sound
Yep.
horrible. And I'm just keeping it
And
real.
especially if you can't hear yourself either, like a lot of these dudes are yelling into the mic because the monitors on the stage are blaring the music at them just how it is at the people out there in the crowd. So it's like you are trying to out rap yourself. It's gonna hurt. Like I used to do when I was rapping over my lyrics, I
Yeah.
would go home that night or then wake up the next morning and my throat would be sore as hell
Yes. Yes.
because I've been fighting myself on stage. It got to the point to where I was like, man, I can't do this many shows if I'm gonna be performing over that. And then when people finally were like, man, try it without the vocals, try to get the monitors. Like I started showing up to sound check, which is something a
Yes.
lot of people don't do. I even went as far as to purchase some in-ear monitors. I
Yes.
haven't gotten the complete setup yet, but I'm at some point I'm going to have my own microphone and my own inner monitors, and I will be at every sound check to get all of that set up so that I'm not out here straining my voice. The key to longevity in doing tours or doing music is to be able to keep your instrument, which is your voice, in good condition. And if you out here yelling night in and night out, like you're not gonna last long. You won't
Exactly.
be able to do it.
For those of you that just tuned in, you are rocking with DJC Radio Global, the Hip Hop and R&B show. Tonight we have JDIGGS, and I absolutely am in love with my man. He is breaking down what needs to be done as an artist, and he, as you can see, he's not an old head. So this old head shit, old heads want to hear you rapping. No, it's just being a very, very professional and well-rounded artist. People don't realize if you're going to be doing shows and going on tours, your ass got to go to the gym too, because you
Yep.
can get out of breath in a heartbeat. You must go to the gym.
Yep.
You must practice. This is not a joke. You cannot smoke a blunt and say, "Hey, I'm going to wing it." People will know the difference. You'll be up there
Yeah,
like a
they
fool.
will.
Then Jay Diggs will come sounding very professional, knowing all his lyrics over his instrumental. I'm telling you, people, it makes a difference. So you can do what you want, say it's the old head thing about rapping over the lyrics, but it's not. It's a professionalism, like Lady Miss said, and it's artistry. It's real artistry. Rapping over your song is corny. Nobody knows who you are. No one cares, and they're not going to even remember your performance because you rapped over the lyrics and you left out some of the lyrics because you knew the lyrics in the song were going to back you up. I'll be like,
Yeah.
next, let's wait for Jay Diggs. Big shout to everybody in the chat room. Big shout to Kim Roper, K Swiss, everybody to Lady Miz. You are definitely right. And Beyonce practices with a vocal coach. That's what's up, definitely. You know what I mean? But that's a whole nother thing because they use auto tune. Beyonce, Madonna, they use auto tune. That's a whole other story. We got my man Jay Diggs. We just chopped it up. So listen, Jay, your music is dope as hell, man. And we're gonna get
Appreciate
you a
that. Appreciate
few
that.
of your joints soon. Uh and before we do, are they on are they in digital stores yet?
Yes, they are.
Uh,
All of my current music is everywhere.
no, no, no.
Spotify,
Yeah.
Tidal.
No, no. I didn't mean to say damn because you have it everywhere. But when we play music that's out there already, Facebook may kick us off. So I pray they don't kick us off. You know what I
Ah,
mean? So
no, yeah,
yeah.
I've seen that happen a couple times. Like
Yes.
there's another radio station that I fuck with heavy, and they fuck with me, called Wild Out Radio. They actually started posting a little disclaimer that kept their stuff from getting shut down. Because like I would go back and try to rewatch it to hear like their feedback on
Yes.
songs, and it
Yes.
would get to certain songs and it just be muted.
It'll be muted. Exactly. So on Facebook, it'll be muted. On our platform that we use, it won't be muted. When it goes to Roku and Fire Stick, it will not be muted. But I mean, here they may kick us off. But if that happens, we will pick up where it kicked us off from. And editing is the greatest tool ever. It'll be like a
Yep.
seamless edit. So anyway,
I wish they would send me the notifications of that. Like when people play my music and they're like, "Hey, your
yeah.
music was heard here. Is this okay?" I can be like, "Yes," because YouTube does it.
Yeah. Yeah, but brother, this is crazy because Facebook is one of the biggest social media platforms in the world. They make billions of dollars, and you can't pay a little royalty fee for people's music's played. You know what I mean? Like, even though it's being played by somebody that don't own it or whatever, let them people that own it get a little bit of royalty because it was played on Facebook. I don't understand why Mark Zuckerberg is being so cheap. We have license up here. So when they send me that little thing saying that the music was like muted, I fight it saying we have license. And if you listen to the damn interview, the person I'm interviewing sent me the music. So it's like, I got
Exactly.
okay, but it's algorithms and it's like machines that just go and pick and choose. So they don't know. But
Yeah.
anyway, I just want you to know, DJC Radio Global, man, we love indie artists. We cater to independent artists. We've been doing this for a long time, and we will never stop. Because DJC Radio Global is the new mainstream. Now we have the television version, which is DJC TV, which is everything visual from our audio radio show. And our radio shows at www.the Radio Show and wdjcradio.com. I have 3 joints from you. Which song do you want me to get on first?
You know what? I'm gonna do it just like I do with the DJs. Play whatever you want to play.
That's what I'm talking about. So I have Fresh Prince in the background, bro. And that title just levitated towards me because Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. So tell us about Fresh
Yep.
Prince.
So Fresh Prince is the not title track, but the intro to my album Uncrowned King.
Oh, man.
So, and I actually make reference to this in the song. What's a king without his crown? I mean, he's not a king with no crown. So I was like, oh, maybe it's just a Fresh Prince. I grew up watching Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Yes.
I still watch Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I'm a huge Will Smith fan. I've followed him through not only his music, but Fresh Prince of Bel-Air and the movies and stuff like that. So even with the music video, I wanted to pay homage to not only him, but to the title that I was trying to give myself with the name of the song, which is The Fresh Prince. So
Yes. Something I was going to ask you, and I had to fix my damn levels because I keep dropping. But the Fresh Prince, damn. So we're gonna get to the song, and we're gonna come back, and we're gonna chop it up some more. People, please share. This is DJC Radio Global. This right here is JDIGGS, and this is called Fresh Prince. We're gonna take it from the beginning, and let's pray we do not get kicked off. We'll be back in a second, JDIGGS.
It's JD. My dad was a Rolling Stone turned to a pastor. Came from a broken home, called me a bastard. Mom's out there on her own, no need for a son. I'm the one that she should have chose in the long run. I'm a king without a damn crown, tell me what that mean. Only was the class clown, cause I had a dream. Be the man they all learn to love, they all on my dick. I'm the shit, I'ma make a hit every time I spit. Now what's a king without his crown? I guess I'm a fresh prince. Had no uncle in my life to fill in absence of my father, cause he hustled day and night for the money. Had to choose between water and the lights on the monthly. And I was too black for the whites, too white for the niggas. So I played my cards right and start stacking up figures. And I stay true to myself, ain't asked for much help. And nowadays, all of my shit trying to get to my wealth. I learned to hustle through the struggle, cause nigga, I had to eat. Then slang nickels or dimes, I was out here slanging CDs. Who would have known one day I'd be the one they listen to? I'm on they ass, all gas, no brakes, and I failed the missions too.
Yeah, I'm on that ass, nigga. You're not tuned into Uncrowned King 2. Loyalty over royalty. You dig? Who would have known one day I'd be the one they listen to? Who would have known one day I'd be the one they listen to? It's JDIGGS.
Yep, that right there was Fresh Prince, and his name is JDIGGS, and he's right here live on DJC Radio Global. Dope ass track, brother.
Appreciate that. That was actually, man, like when my manager sent me that beat, I just started writing to it.
Yes.
I had a couple of like throwaway bars that I had written to another song that I was gonna remix, but I was like, nah, I'm not gonna do that. But I had always bounced around that line, what's a king without his crown? I guess I'm a fresh prince. And I was like, why not put that into the intro to an album called Uncrowned King? So when we went to the studio to record it, I had initially planned to make it a full song, but I had what I delivered, and I was like, well, I'll come back and record the rest. And the engineer's like, no, let's keep it like that. I was like, okay. So we moved on to another song. We went back to the studio a week later, and he was like, check this out. And he starts playing it. You know, in the studio, you got the monitors and like you fully engulfed in
All the
sound.
frequencies there.
And
Sounds
like
good.
when everything came through and I heard it and like just the way he mixed it, I was like, man, that is fire. And then when he gets to the end where he's got the DJ chops and everything like that, I was like, yo, I was not expecting any of this. Because one thing that my engineer, and shout out to Chico over at Music and Focus in Fort Worth, Texas, one thing he always does is he just does like he'll ask me, are you looking for a specific sound? I was like, nah, just do you.
Nice.
I don't ever, and he'll send it back and he'll be like, tell me if you need to tweak anything. And usually like I do the headphone test.
Yes.
I do the car test. I'll run down to the church and I'll play it through the speakers there.
Yeah.
Just to test it in all different aspects. And then of course I'll be like, hey, I want to come to the studio to hear it. And then, I mean, if it passes the car test, we good, because most people consume their music through headphones in car anyway.
Bro, me and my man Sedan were in the studio for 4 days, like over the weekend. So we did 3 songs. We did 3.5 songs. So and one beat. So I'm thinking it sounded good on my headphones. It sounded good on my monitors. I put it in my car. It was bass heavy, like the bass part was just too heavy. So I was like, wow, the car test is like the ultimate test. That is better than the studio, actually. It's a real thing. Especially
it's a real thing because that's where people are going to consume it.
Exactly. JDIGGS, man, I can tell that you're a very serious artist and you love your craft, man. How can people get in touch with you?
The best way to get in touch with me is on any social media. It's JDIGGS. That's ITS_JDIGGS. That's TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, all of that. It's the same username. The easiest way, if you can't find me on social media for whatever reason, is my website. It's JDIGGS.com. No underscore in the website, just it's JDIGGS.com. You can see the music or you can listen to the music there. I got merch there. any information about upcoming shows and stuff like that, it's all going to be on the official website.
All right, cool. Now, what is one of your biggest pet peeves? Have you ever been offered a deal by a major?
No, I've not been offered any deals by any. Well, I got offered one deal back when I first started.
Okay.
I got offered one deal when I first started, and it wasn't a major label. It was an independent label. Honestly, I don't even remember the name. I wasn't even 100% sure they were legit, but like they wanted to move me to California for artist development and stuff like that. And I'm like, that's cool. But this literally all happened like months after my son was born.
Oh,
so
wow.
I was like, I mean, can I bring my son and my fiance at the time? And they were just like, nah, it's just you. I was like, I can't do that. Like, I cannot just up and disappear after my son was born. So I didn't do it, of course. But I haven't been offered any deals or anything like that. I haven't been shopping for one. I want to do as much as I can on my own, so that when a label comes to me, I have the upper hand. I don't want it to be like the label's just like, you need us. I want them to be like, we want to partner with you. It needs to be a partnership, not me signing my everything away. I want to own my masters. I want to own the rights to my name universally. I've read contracts. They like to use that universally name or word because they know at some point we're going to have dance clubs on the moon or something like that. So they want to make sure they own you in every aspect possible. And I was like, no, when I go into this contract, if it ever happens, and when I come out of this contract, when that happens, I need to still retain ownership of everything. It's got to be mutually beneficial.
Got you. Now, which song did they hear to offer you that?
Back then, who knows? Honestly, like the songs that I had out back then, they aren't even out now. Like you can't find those songs anywhere. It was something on my SoundCloud, or maybe it was Dat Piff or something like that. But they reached out to me via email. And then like at first I was kind of weary of it because it was email, but then the dude, like, he FaceTimed me, called me a couple times. I was like, okay, so this is real. Like usually if it's a scam, they're not gonna want you to see the face or anything like that. But he FaceTimed me from the studio and all that stuff. So I was like, oh, okay, that's cool. And then when it got down to the come to California, I was like, ugh.
Yo, shit sound dope. So I can see that probably wasn't a scam. Big shouts to my man Watkins the General. If you ever want some boom bap done, hit up my man Watkins the General. He's in the chat room right now. Phenomenal boom bap producer. Producer period. His music sounds super duper clean. I gotta get some of his secrets. he ain't gonna scam though. Speaking of shit,
hey, tell him to hit me up because I'm always fielding new beats. I'm always looking for a sound that I haven't used, and I can honestly say I haven't done any, if very much, boom bap.
There you go.
I'm always willing to stretch out to something else and try it again because I don't want to be pigeonholed to one style.
DJC Radio Global, we are always making connections since day one. You know how many people I connected, man? I was sitting back thinking about people that I knew. I was like, damn. They met because of DJC Radio. They met because, I'm not trying to pat myself on the back, but this is what I wanted to do when I created this platform. Connect people. Even if they forget about me. It's all good. I'm just with you. But listen, Watkins General, hit up my man JDIGGS. If you need his information, I will definitely give it to you. But tell us, what do you have out now? What should we be looking for from JDIGGS currently?
So currently, you should be looking for the album Uncrowned King 2, Loyalty Over Royalty. Obviously, Fresh Prince was the opening track for that project. The project came out back in July. It's getting great reviews, rave reviews. I'm not going to put out there what some people have more recently been saying about it because that's their review, not my own. I want everybody to go in as unbiased as possible to listen to it because I feel all feedback. If you slide in my DM with some feedback about something, I'm not going to get upset if you didn't like it. I'm not going to get big-headed if you loved it. I just want to hear what the listeners are enjoying or not enjoying about what I'm putting out because at the end of the day, I want to be heard. And if I'm not putting out stuff that people enjoy, I'm not going to get heard. So the album is definitely out on all platforms. If you don't have any special streaming platform, just go to my website. You can stream it directly from the website.
That's what I'm talking about. Can you download it from the website?
You can download it from the websites. No, the downloads have been stopped, but you can purchase physical copies of the album from the website. We did get physical copies of the album made up, and I think I'm actually going to add in there the option to get a private link sent to you that'll allow you to download it or like put it into your MP3 player, or I'll send you a flash drive. You don't do CDs, you don't want to download it, hit me up.
Exactly.
I'll load it onto a flash drive and mail it to you.
Bro, I just bought a brand new car, 2021. So, I'm driving it home, trying to check out the features and shit like that. I'm like, okay, I'm going to put a CD in here. I'm going to be chilling. They come with no CD players no more, bro. I was like, whoa, this is crazy.
Yep. Everything's Bluetooth, Apple CarPlay, USB.
Yeah, there's a USB on the. I got something called Android Auto because it would have been Apple Auto, but I have an Android.
Yeah.
Shout out to my man Cobra Immortal. I'm still working on your show. I'm gonna edit it and put it up on our Roku and our Fire Stick. Yeah, man. I'm like, damn, times are changing. CDs, you can't. What the? So it's like a special trim. Like you got to tell them, add a CD player to my shit. Like it's not standard now. It's just crazy. But I definitely feel what you're saying, and I feel your movement, and I feel your music. What are the shows looking like for you, man? What is COVID like in Texas right now, brother?
COVID, well, I don't know if you guys have been paying attention to the news, and I don't know if it's made national news, but the Texas governor don't give a damn about COVID, it seems. And he tested positive for it a couple weeks ago. He is opening everything. He is saying nobody can require a mask, et cetera, this, that, and the third.
Sounds like Florida.
Shows aren't as, there's a ton of shows going on. I'm not doing as many shows as I used to. Back in 2019, in the span of 8 months, I did 30 some odd shows, and it wore on me. It took a toll on me. It got even more difficult to sell tickets because people were like, I might not catch this show, but I'm sure he's gonna do something next week, so I'll catch the next one. So I started spacing the shows out more. I got 2 shows lined up for the rest of the year. I'm still open for booking. I will field bookings, but I be prepared to be declined because I will decline bookings too. But I've got the Royalty Sound show coming on the 26th. That's a show that my manager put together for the label. It's all the artists that are under the Royalty Sounds Entertainment umbrella. So it's myself, D. Lachey, E. Smith, Floetic Desire, Amo Bro. It's gonna be poetry, hip hop, R&B, comedy. We got a comedian that's going to be there. We're going to be giving away. We're going to be doing raffles and different stuff like that. And then in November, at the end of November, I have my show. This would be the 3rd annual one if it wasn't for COVID, but this is going to be the 2nd one. It's called Prodigy and Friends. It's going to be myself and 6 of my closest cohorts in the music and the local scene or whatever. And there's going to be some surprises that I won't put out there because I'm still working on paperwork to make sure those surprises can happen. But it's going to be legit. But I am fielding any other bookings that might come through. And if it's something that I feel could be not only beneficial for the promoter that's trying to book me, but if it fits, then I'll do it. Because sometimes a lot of artists will jump on any show that they can just because there's a bigger name on it. But you're not going to put me on in front of like a horrorcore rapper because I don't rap like that. Yeah. So I gotta make sure that I fit the aesthetic. If I listen to the headliner, 1, it would help if I knew that I knew of the headliner, and 2, I gotta know that I fit in with their music. Like if I couldn't hear my music on a playlist with their music, I'm gonna tell you no. I just got to because it's not a good look.
Wow. So wait, ho. So you think it's not a good look if you could be that different sound for the audience that night?
See. That's a double-edged sword though, because you could be that completely different sound, but if that headliner is drawing the vast majority of the crowd, they're expecting to hear stuff like him. Yeah. So if I get a dude that's out here talking about like I'm gonna kill you, I'm gonna shoot you, I'm slinging drugs and stuff like that, like I don't rap about stuff like that. So I'm gonna be the odd man out if the other 4 people opening up rap like him.
Yeah, I feel you. Okay. And it's your prerogative. You can do what the hell you want to do. Yeah. You just said something that really bothers me right now. And I'm really, really on the fence about it. But, God is telling me not to do it, so I'm not doing it. I have a record label. I have something called Project Unity. And I have so many venues to do some great shows. But it's something in my inner voice is telling me to don't do it. Because of the COVID going on right now.
You gotta be real careful how you do these.
Yeah, we had a music fest out in Bethlehem, PA, not too far from where I'm currently at. And from that music fest, thousands of cases of COVID came about. So it's just like, I don't know, man. Something is telling me not to do anything yet. Keep doing this internet thing until I feel comfortable and I know my people are going to be safe. So I
Yeah.
feel so bad for them because they're on the label. We could be doing shows and stuff, but something is telling me it's not right. Like
Yeah.
I was supposed to be in Georgia and everything, and when it first came out, people were saying, there's no COVID in Georgia, no," and now my friends are being tore out the frame out there. Like a few people died, and a few people was just in the hospital on ventilators, and shit like that. So I'm like, these shows are not worth me, my family, and my friends' health, and I'm just gonna have to just wait it out, and just see what happens. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Or
But
go virtual.
that's that's what I'm gonna do. We're putting together a show now, but the thing with that is, do you see how your stream is flawless and is beautiful, and you know what I mean? We have to get people like that because we did a virtual show. Me and my co-hosts before Lady Miz, and certain people had a nice stream and like others didn't. So it was kind of like all over the place. But if I could just have meetings and tell people to get their streams right, we're gonna start up virtuals again. Um, if you can collab with somebody, who would you collab with? And that's your last question because we're going up on that 46-minute mark.
Anybody dead or alive, or just
Anybody
anybody?
alive, dead, indie artists, major artists, whomever.
If I could collab with anybody right now, and that's just this comes because a lot of people have told me that it essentially wouldn't happen. I would collab with Chameleonaire.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
You
I have
be
a
dirty?
yeah. To what?
Wow. I said you'll be riding dirty.
Yeah, like I have a song on a previous album that literally is inspired by Chameleonaire and one of his old songs from one of his mixtapes. And
Nice.
like people hear it and they're like, man, that kind of sounds like Chameleonaire. I was like, I know. Like it would be the greatest
Wow.
thing in the world if I could get him to do the remix or if I
Right.
could just get him to do a collab. But he's making so much money not doing music.
Startups.
Like,
Doing
yeah,
tech startups. He's a smart dude. People's like, oh man,
very.
comedian fell off. What's he doing? No. Shut your mouth. He is responsible for at least 100 or more startups since he left music that are doing major numbers. So a big shout
Yep.
to Millionaire, and I could definitely see that he is very, very talented.
I mean, he did everything that we want to do as indie artists. He got a Grammy, he got platinum plaques, he made millions, and then he was smart enough to get out when he could
yes,
and turned his millions into more millions, and a lot more millions.
yeah,
So,
yes. Well, Jay Diggs, I thank you so much for being on the show. Is there anything that we didn't
thank
cover
you.
that you want the world to know?
No, man, y'all did a great job, or you did a great job making sure you kept it as open format. Let me talk. You asked your questions, you play the music. I appreciate you guys having me on here.
No
Anytime
problem.
somebody's willing to allow me on their platform, I am abundantly grateful for it because you don't have to do that. Um, Little old me from down here in Texas. I'm just, like I said, my goal is always to be heard. And anytime somebody gives me the opportunity to be heard, you have my utmost respect.
Thank you so much. And we do have to do that. We support any and everybody, no matter if you have one viewer on your YouTubes or 2 million viewers. We support you guys. That's what we're here for. All right. I have 2 songs left, brother. I'm gonna play one. Uh and I want you to pick because I have LOA, then I have Drop It. Which one you want to hear, brother?
Let's go with Drop It because everybody likes a good old Southern strip club joint. So.
Oh man, you know what's funny? I have some artists. I interviewed a guy a couple weeks ago. He's like, Cisco, I'm tired. I was like, why, man? He said, I just came from Georgia performing in a strip club. Have you performed in a strip club yet?
No, I haven't, but I wrote this song, and when the song came together, my manager was like, "We need strippers." I was like, "For what?" He was like, "The video, obviously." I was like, "Man, we don't need strippers." He's like, "We going to a strip club." I was like, "All right, let's go."
So is that something that you're against, or you're going to do it for the?
No, I'm not against strip clubs at all. Just strip clubs have never really been my thing.
Yeah,
Like,
me neither.
I have a lot of other things that I can spend my money on.
Exactly.
But yeah, I'm not. We gonna end up in a strip club. My ideas for the video for this song versus his ideas are in two different spectrums. I might do two videos. You got your family friendly video, and then your BET uncut style video. So
That's what I'm talking about, man. I respect your style. Thanks for being on the show. We're gonna get to the song "Drop It," featuring a Mo Bro. Who's that?
Amo Bro. He's also on the Royalty Sounds Entertainment label. This dude. Man, like I met him 2 years ago at a show that my manager put together before he was officially managing all of us, and the dude is solid. He can spit. He's got his own music out there. Dude stays with the bars. Like if you like punchlines and witty one-liners and stuff like that, Amo Bro is definitely somebody you need to check out.
That's what's up. JDIGGS, we love you. DJC Radio Global, this is your new home. Anytime you want to debut a new song or a video, just hit me up, okay?
Got you.
All right, so since you're on live, introduce this song we're about to play before you break out.
All righty. So it's your boy JDIGGS the Prodigy coming to you live and direct from Fort Worth, Texas. This next song you're about to hear is my latest drop from my album. It's called Drop It, featuring my brother, player partner, Amo Bro. Shout out to y'all. I hope you enjoy it.
Thanks a lot, JDIGGS, DJC Radio Global. This is your new family. Peace.
I love the way she drop it when she drop it down low. Got the club rocking when she sliding down the pole. Every nigga watching, damn this girl so cold. I love the way she drop it down to the floor. I said I love the way she drop it, stop, drop it. I love the way she drop it, stop, drop it down low, baby girl. I wanna see what you got in the pants. Bend it over to the front like I'm calling plays, and you in the 3-point stand. They say that little booties matter, so I'm here tonight to get a little thing a chance to prove to the world that you can do tricks with it now and leave us all in a trance. Got me hypnotized by your slim, thick hips and thighs, make a nigga wanna memorize every single time you make a booty go to work. On God, you can start a whole enterprise. You a boss bitch doing boss shit when you toss this ass in the air. Let me emphasize, a nigga like me need a chick like you to come on through and keep a nigga in the job. Talk your shit, and I know you mean it, but baby girl, come on over and prove. Come sit on my lap like this is your queendom, and you about to show the emperor's groove. I'm peeping your fit, I like what you wearing, but a nigga wanna see it removed, cause the way you pop, lock and drop it like it's out of socket. Goddamn, that's a hell of a move. When she drop it down low, got the club rocket when she sliding down the pole. Every nigga watching, damn this girl so cold. I love the way she drop it down to the floor. I said I love the way she drop it, stop, I love the way she drop it, stop, I love the way she drop it.
Like a new single, no features. She on the floor when she working. Bitches gon' hate from the bleachers. I'm in the gym on that Stairmaster, practicing running them bands up. Elevate clear, make them stare at her. Jump when she pulling them pants up. I'm in the back if she backing up dancing. Make sure it clap or I'm throwing some hands. And niggas be pussy belong in some panties. Niggas stay off my green like I'm Stanley. I give you a 1 minute 2 like it's handy. You know she a savage, no Randy. Might bring in the pack for the fanny. Hit it one time and get ghost like I'm Danny. She drop it low like mechanic. She freaky like Janet, that booty fantastic. I'ma need jacks for that ass lift. Big old facts had that ass it. Can't even lie on that ass. I ship supplies on that ass. Loose when she drop it like change. and I spin it right on that ass.
I love the way she drop it when she drop it down low. Got the club rocket when she sliding down the pole. Every nigga watching, damn this girl so cold. I love the way she drop it down to the floor. I said I love the way she drop it, 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 stop, drop it, drop it, drop it, drop it, drop it, drop it. I love the way she drop it, 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 stop, drop it, drop it, drop it, drop it, drop it, drop it. I love the way she drop it.
Yep, that was your boy JDIGGS. This is your boy DJ Cisco, and hope you guys enjoy this show. Listen, I have a few announcements to make before we leave. Your boy DJ Cisco. Don't forget, we have the DJC TV on Fire Stick and Roku, and we have a new show on there. It's called The Endangered Earthlings. It airs every Thursday with my girl Pamela, aka Zandra, aka the Xena Warrior. She is out in the desert for 2 to 3 weeks at a time, and she presents to us the endangered species, insects, animals, and how to live off the grid. That's the Endangered Earthlings on DJC TV on Roku and Fire Stick. DJC TV is everything visual for DJC Radio Global. Also, we have DJC TV Weed Chronicles. We have my man Big T from THC TV, and he cooks with weed, cannabis, reefer, whatever you want to call it. He cooks with it, and we have shows there with Big T. That's DJC, DJC TV Weed Chronicles. We have many channels. We starting to get more channels, and if you are a person that has a web series, if you are a model, if you have a business and you want to advertise with us, just hit me up at 718-915-0349. And our platform is growing and our numbers are looking super. And we have a platform for you to get known, to get some more exposure. Starting on the 9th, we have a new music video show. My man Del Boyd, his show is called, I forgot the name of it, damn it. But he has his own video show where he's going to be doing music videos. He's going to be narrating it. That's going to also be on DJC TV, a new video show. If you have a video show of your own and you're looking for a home, hit me up, 718-915-0349. We charge a small fee, something that you can handle, but that's what we do. We have a lot of space. So anybody out there with music videos or whatever, it must be a video show. Or if you have single videos, you can submit them and we charge a small donation because we feed the homeless up here. So anything that you donate goes towards feeding the homeless. All right. So we have that. We also have my girl, Lady Miz. She has the song out on DJC Radio Global, and it is called Wavy. Wavy by my girl, Lady Miz, is out right now. You can go to DJC Radio Global, click on the tab that says DJC Radio Records, purchase Wavy, and that purchase, those funds will go to feeding the homeless through Project Unity. Feeding the homeless through Project Unity. Please do that. What else do we have going on here? Don't forget, this show is brought to you by one of our other sponsors, and her name is Minky Cakes out there in ATL. Minky Cakes, custom cakes and more for that special event. IG at Minky Cakes Atlanta. Minky is MYNKYCAKEZ Atlanta. Or use the text app or the line at 678-690-9808, along with your dates and details. Please, guys, utilize her. She is dope as hell. Yes, K-Swiss, thank you so much. We have football religion. Football religion. Well, my man Sedan, the God of Sound, he is very knowledgeable in football. If I'm not mistaken, that's every Monday and every Thursday or Friday on my morning show, which is Cisco in the morning, Monday through Friday, 10:30 a.m. Eastern time. He calls into the show and he gives the football updates, the scores, the latest news, and it is very entertaining. And he got me into it. I'm like, wow, this shit is crazy. I don't really care about sports unless it was boxing, but since Sedan does football religion Monday and Thursdays, I am really, really into it. So check it out. And that's Cisco in the morning, 10:30 a.m. Eastern time, Monday through Friday. But don't forget, Lady Miz is out right now with her joint called Wavy on DJC Radio Global Records. And every purchase goes to feeding the homeless through Project Unity. So please, people, utilize, help us out. We are feeding the homeless virtually because if we were out in the streets, we would be feeding them out in the streets through Project Unity programs that we had in the past in several different states. Big shout out to my man Cash on Able for always being there and helping me out. I hope him and his family are good. So we have Lady Miz, Wavy is out right now. Then we have Mama There Goes That, I was gonna say Father. Mama There Goes That band, and it's called The Best Shot Is the Next Shot. They broke DJC Radio Global record sales by selling the most units on DJC Radio Global Records. Their support system is incredible. Their people showed up and showed out, purchased Best Shot, and every purchase goes to feeding the homeless, DJC Radio Global. And now we're doing the same thing with Lady Miz. It's less than a cup of coffee. Wavy, Lady Miz feeds the homeless from every purchase you guys make. Go to www.thedjcisco Radio Show. Click on the tab that says DJC Radio Global Records. Find Lady Miz and make that purchase with Wavy. Wavy is a dope track. You got the instrumental, you got the radio version, the main version, and the instrumental. Pick whatever you want. All right. There you have it. DJC Radio Global. We love you guys. And we're going to get back to the radio station, which plays 24/7, 365 at www.thedjcisco Radio Show or www.wdjcradio.com. Enjoy your night. Big shout out to K Swiss. Big shout out to Gloria Stewart. Big shout out to my girl, Lady Miz. Big shout out to my man, Cobra Immortal. Big shout out to Watkins the General. Big shout to Kim Roper. And big shout to my man, Virgil Pinkney, Mr. Pinkney. You can hear his music played on our show daily, DJC Radio Global. He is a gospel artist. And you can hear his music Sundays between 4 and 8 p.m. on our Gospel Sundays show. We have a lot going on up here. Support, DJC Radio Global. We love you. Keep it locked. The radio station is going 24/7, 365. And we're going to go back to that. Big shout out to my man, JDIGGS, once again. Talk to you guys soon. Peace. Go over to the radio station.